metal-heads.de.
Hello metalheads, my name is Kayo. Right next to me is Tommy Victor from Prong, and today we're gonna do an interview about their new record, 0 Days. Tommy, first question. I saw in the past you played a couple of times here in my hometown, Essen.
Right across the street.
Yes. What do you know about the metal scene here?
It's infamous or famous.
Yeah.
But isn't Creator from here?
Right,
Exactly.
Creator.
So the shows are always the best in Essen out of any place in all of Germany.
Yeah. Great, man.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, established club where you played also in Cologne, the Underground, is closing in September. I know
It's not closed yet. You said it was closed.
in September it will be closed. I know that you worked at the world famous CBGBs back in the 80s. So when you hear this, that established clubs will closing, how do you feel about that?
In the case of CBGB, I felt by the time 1990 came around, it was almost like a tourist trap. So it didn't have the same aesthetic that it did in the 70s and the early 80s.
Yeah.
So it didn't really affect me that much. But that Underground was a cool place. I mean, any place that has bands that can play live, that is available for them to go and do it, and they close down, shrinks the opportunities for bands to play live. And that leads to the fact that we have this cyber band era where everything is doesn't seem to be real, and I think it's going to further that movement.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yesterday your record came out, 0 Days, and I saw on your YouTube channel, usually bands do an unboxing and show the record into the camera. You didn't that, right?
I never did that. I wasn't really told to do it, so I guess we did like a video though. There's a video with the lyric video interspersed, and I like the way that came out better.
So if you want, I got something here.
Yeah.
I ordered it on the internet.
Oh, so I gotta open it.
Yeah,
now.
and you can open it.
The unveiling,
Yes.
we call it. Yes.
I hold it.
Thank you.
And I will ask some stuff about your record.
How do you open it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh my God! This is unbelievable. I am so excited to get the new Prong record. 0 Days, vinyl, red vinyl inside. I know that. I'm not supposed to know that because I'm just getting it. Okay. And then the actual CD with the bonus track. And trust me, the packaging inside is wonderful. So the best Prong record that ever came out, the consummate Prong record, 0 Days.
Came out yesterday.
Came out yesterday, July 28th. So you must purchase this. It's amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
I mean, after 30 years, if a record is coming out, do you still go into a record store and buy your own record?
No. Let me take this back from you. Where are there record stores that sell Prong records? I don't know. Especially in America, it's going to be hard-pressed to find. To buy any record for that matter. So the physical product is mostly available on Amazon, and or maybe my daughter can buy it for me for Christmas or something.
I saw that since 2012 you're releasing every year a record, like a live record, cover, studio records. How do you find the time and the creativity to write a record, a new record?
Wow, I mean, it's an intense project when you go in and start thinking about making a new record. So any little opportunity I have, whether it be like right now, I'd be maybe picking up a guitar, or I'd be writing down some things on my phone for lyrics. And then when I get home, I'll just go crazy. Like I'll just be in a room by myself for 10 hours a day, and just putting all these ideas together. And then with the help of the producer I've been working with, Chris Collier, he has a lot to do with how getting the songs together. And I throw him some riffs, and he's like, nah. Oh, that one's pretty cool. Yeah. So I have somebody to work with too.
So when do you know a song is finished? It's perfect. It will come on a record.
That's a good question. In this record, we had a tour with Testament in America, and I wanted to have at least like 2 weeks beforehand or 3 weeks to when it was finished, but I didn't. It didn't get to that point till like 2 days before we left on the tour. And I mean, as far as the songs go, some songs are different. Some songs, like as far as writing lyrics, which is my main thing, and coming up with vocal melodies, is it's easy. Which sometimes when you get you go, wow, you have a brainstorm. Like you write a lyric and it takes about 20 minutes. Other lyrics take days, weeks. And they're a lot more challenging, so it's different on each thing. But I know I don't know what that. There's some level there that's mysterious where I know that it's not a Prong song or it's not good enough, and it's hard to describe where that is. But it's in my head or in the universe or something.
Yeah. When you released the press release and announced the record, you said the record sounds like a modern record. From your point of view, can you tell us what is modern in metal music, like sound structures, elements, patterns, etc.?
To me, I think there's only one song that goes over 3.5 minutes. So I like songs that get into the vocal quickly. There's not a lot of instrumental parts. It knocks you out with a song and gets to the chorus quickly. So I mean, I don't know if that's modern. That's just more. That's even maybe from the '60s or something. But as far as the sounds go, they're pretty modern. Like it's a loud, crunchy, lot of low end, and it's a good sounding record. It's not like a retro sounding record, like like a doom band would do, or stoner rock. This is just a hard hitting, smashing record.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about the title 0 Days? What is the title, the meaning of it, and of course the song title also?
Well, as Jim Morrison said, the future is uncertain and the end is always near. So that always stuck in my head. And then I was thinking, how do he's saying something that to your own life, where you may treat every day as it may be the last day on Earth, or whether the extraterrestrial being comes down and takes us over, or there's a world war or whatever. You should live with a little bit of fear in you.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. And you released Divide and Conquer as your first single. Why did you decide especially this song for your first single?
It's actually the second single. Yeah. I mean, they put out one, However It May End, which is the first song on the record. That's a real heavy one. And then, to get like a more broader scope on what the record was like, they wanted to do Divide and Conquer. And I agree with that. I mean, it's probably the most accessible song on the record. But people are saying other songs too, like The Whispers and Blood Out of Stone. There's a couple of songs that have a more of a general approach, not just completely hardcore thrash on it.
Can you tell us which songs of your new record you will play tonight?
We're just doing Divide and Conquer. We have a shorter set because it's a festival set. Yeah. So we're going to keep the good old Prong classics and then do Divide and Conquer. Yeah. So, yeah.
Kirk Hammett said once about you're the future of metal. Now, from your point of view, do you know maybe bands where you can say, all right, this is a band with a good future? This could be maybe the future of metal.
Wow, I mean, everything seems to be chartered territory now. I mean, like when I heard Gojira, I said that's the future of metal, and that was 5 years ago. So I really don't know right now. There's great bands out there that have stellar riffs, and the playing scale, I mean, these guys just get better and better and better. I mean, look at Periphery. It's unbelievable what they're doing. So I never thought Gent was the future of metal. So I don't know what the next thing is. Maybe this band that played right now, which is sort of like a Thin Lizzy type band, that's the future of metal. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know maybe a reason or some more reasons why bands now in these days couldn't get so big as Metallica like back in the 80s? They are stuck on a specific level and that's it. They couldn't get higher and fill arenas.
wonder why. I think it's... Not to sound like Gene Simmons right now here or something, but he was saying the music business is going downhill because of the fans. But It is sort of like that because, metal people gotta like go listen. We gotta like open up. That's why this festival's so great. Is because we heard like already. I mean, since I've been here, the stylistic changes have been fantastic. And I hope this continues. Where it's not like these the death metal people, the Scandinavian death metal people don't like the Florida death metal, and then black, all these little divisions, and then all the different power metal, and it's retarded. We didn't have that years ago. Like when in the early '80s, it was like kids were going to see Corrosion of Conformity, and then they go to see, the Cro-Mags and Warzone and all these New York hardcore bands, and it was like a meshing of the scene. And like, hardcore kids like Metallica, it was because the riffs were cool, and who cares if they had long hair or not? I mean, that's what Prong too. I mean, like we got a lot of hardcore kids that were into Prong, and we had hair. We weren't like skinheads or anything. So. There's a lot more divisions. Everyone has these subgenres and divisions that create more problems these days.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my last question is the focus on vinyl is becoming bigger, bigger, and bigger. So, how do you think about to release all your records from the 80s until now into a special anniversary box?
I never thought of that. And we've been on so many different labels that may be difficult. So. Especially with Epic, because with Sony Music, we signed this deal that is like eternal. It's like so we never get the rights to them back. So they, as long as they're around, they'll keep putting out Cleansing and Rude Awakening records, and they won't box them up with No Absolutes and 0 days down the line.
Oh, that shit. Especially for fans.
We'll re-record them all, and just do them all again. Then make some money finally.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, thank you, Tommy. You answered all my questions. Thank you very much,
man. Good interview. Thank you very much.
And if you want, you can tell into the camera some last words if you want for fans, for your viewers.
I love Deutschland. This place is amazing. It's the most beautiful country. The people are the nicest, and the most supportive people. Love Prong.
Metal-Heads TV.